this one and all. And I asked him, is this okay? He said, yeah, well, you got to make them laugh, Mom. You got to put that one up there. And so he was just always a very, very curious kid, kind of into everything, and I know they say that about toddlers, but Ricky would really wake up in the morning with this glint in his eye, like, does anybody know if there's asbestos around here? I'm looking for a rusty nail, He just was always getting into danger. And I remember some friends of mine sent him a present. It was one of those things where you drop the ball in and it rolls around. Well, we put it together and I said, look, Ricky, and I dropped the ball in and it rolled around. And I said, now you try. And he took the ball and he dropped it in, it rolled all around, and then he took the whole thing apart. Immediately. And that's really how he's always been. He's always been interested in how things work and figuring things out. And that was no different. He always wanted to help me, so I put him to good use as much as I could. He couldn't reach the top of the laundry either, but he did know how to put the clothes in the dryer. But we found that he had some real sensory issues that were very difficult. Loud noises. Even though he had been potty trained, whenever we would travel, he would often have an accident because there were scary potties. That's what he called them. And we've got scary potties here too. And I can tell you, it is pretty bizarre that sometimes it'll just flush, seeming like for no reason, out of the blue. But those kinds of things were really difficult for him. The other thing that we found is that he was always wanting to put things in his mouth. At the orphanage, in the hospital, he didn't really have a chance to explore things orally like babies have to be able to do. And so he was really making up for lost time with that as well. And that was fine with us, but when he went to preschool, not so fine. And so I remember I went in one day and the teacher said, Jani, come over here, I want to show you something. So she took me over to the sink, and she had this big tub of soapy water with a bunch of toys in there. She said, those are all the toys Ricky has put in his mouth just since noon. And I was so embarrassed. I felt terrible. And I said, I'll talk to him, He's 3, but we'll have a conversation. And so I was trying to figure out, what am I going to do about this? And I had this great idea. Those little teether beads? So I strung those together, and I made him a necklace. And I said, okay, Ricky, when you want to put something in your mouth, you have this necklace, and it's with you all the time. You can just pick it up and put it in your mouth. Great idea, right? Yeah. So I took it in. I was excited to tell the teacher. She said, okay, we'll try that. And I just felt really accomplished. I solved this problem for us. Well, when I went back to pick him up, I noticed he didn't have the necklace on. And I said, what happened, Ricky? Where is it? And the teacher came over. She said, oh, that thing was nasty. He just got drool all over everything. And she handed me the necklace in a Ziploc bag. And when I was thinking back on that experience, I thought, well, what did I want her to say, But it would have been nice if she had just said, thanks for trying, we'll try something else. But that didn't work. So I moved on to my other strategy, which was compliments, presents, and baked goods. So here he is, ready for kindergarten with the obligatory be nice to my child presents for the teachers. Walter Gilliam has done all this work recently on suspension and expulsion, and he said that he had never seen a case of a suspended or expelled child whose parents had a good relationship with the teacher.